modern world, or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. In all the bad times I fear myself.
Hi everyone, welcome to Listening Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. Now, the question that I often ask, slightly rhetorical question about Flor is there anything she can't sing? And this is completely different to everything else I've heard of her. And lots of you have recommended her other band that she's in and opera, things that she's sung. And I didn't know she could do this as well. I'm used to her big stadium performances where she's got the full band behind her, the big, band, and she's giving it rock all and she's tossing her hair around and her voice is enormous. She's filling a stadium. And then she does this, which is the complete opposite. She's in a really small studio with a tiny number of people with her and she's about that far away from them. And she's singing this beautiful, tender ballad in this really light way, as if she's like whispering it to them. And they're just dumbfounded, as I was the first time I heard Flor. I was like, wow, this is incredible. But this is like a different vocal colour that I've heard in her. Like, she has to give it, even when she's doing a quieter bit in one of the big Nightwish songs, she still has to project her voice. Whereas here, she can pull right back and we hear all those little tiny subtleties with her breath and with her vocal folds doing slightly different things. And what she's doing here, a couple of things that we do in pop quite often, and they work really well in studio recordings or in a very small concert space like this. And so she's using what we call slack folds or vocal fry, which is when your vocal folds go into a kind of relaxed position. And when it's used sparingly, it's really nice. When it's all the time in a song, it gets a little bit much. But she uses it just a tiny bit. Longing, longing. It's just beautiful, tiny little bits that just colour the word in a really gentle way. And then she uses breath in such a brilliant way because she's got such good control of her vocal folds. You never worry that she's going to kind of have a blowout and it's going to go out of tune, because if you push too much air, you get a kind of kind of bit in your voice. But she is using what we call aspirate onsets and offsets here. So she's like, so if you start with breath, then go into the note, that's called an aspirate onset. So, or if you use it the opposite way and come off the note into breath, that's called an aspirate offset. So like, for a change. And she does that and she finishes the note coming off into air. And it's just a really lovely quality. It's like she's singing in your ear. It's such a gentle, thoughtful performance. I've never really thought about the words as much as I do while she's singing it. That line, and in the bad times I fear myself. I don't think I've really knew that was what the end of the line was. And I'm used to the Lady Gaga version, which I adore, and I love A Star Is Born. I've seen every version of A Star Is Born, and I really, really like the Lady Gaga Bradley Cooper one. And the moment where she sings this in the film is just magical, where she goes into the chorus and she does this thing with her body where she goes kind of like, it's like the voice is coming out of her and she's kind of surprised by the noise she's making. And Flor is performing this very differently to Lady Gaga, and they've got, in a way, quite similar voices. They've both got very big, powerful voices. So I thought Flor would just floor it, like boom, straight in, giving it all that. But no, she's pulled right back and she's thinking about the fact that she's in a much smaller environment. When Lady Gaga sings it in the film, she's in an enormous, I think they're at Glastonbury or something, the way they filmed that. So she's on a stage of musicians in front of an enormous crowd. So you have to sing it differently. Flor is doing something very different here. And she's really thought about the room she's in and how she's therefore going to present the song. which is the mark of a really, really good singer and performer, because we can't always go flat out with everything because it's a bit much. It's like being hit over the head with a sledgehammer when people are just loud all the time, no matter what environment they're in. And she knows that right now, the way she should be singing it is this beautiful, sensitive portrayal and showing all these colours in her voice that she doesn't get to when she's up fronting the band. And I am here for it.
In all the bad times I fear myself. Tell me something, girl. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Eat it hard, keeping it so hardcore. I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. In all the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shadow now. In the shadow. In the shadow.
Oh.
In the shadow. We're far from the shadow now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that chorus was absolutely stunning. And she does it with such ease. And I thought, how's she going to do this? Because singing is so easy for her. It's like breathing. She can sing, as we've established, sing anything perfectly. And this song, the chorus needs to sound, you go up that octave, it needs to sound like you're right on the edge of losing it for it to really have that kind of presence, the way it's meant to feel like you're off the deep end. And Lady Gaga really does that. She sounds like she's right on the edge of glory. But she does. She goes up there and she's like, and it's got this cry and this tilt in it, and it's so beautiful. And I didn't know whether Floor could do that because singing is so easy for her. But somehow she managed to make that not sound hard, but sound as yearning and as have that same tilt and effort quality that Lady Gaga has in her version. Even though that note's not hard for her at all, we've heard her sing an octave or more above this, but the quality she uses there is just perfect. Like, it's full on goosebumps situation, and watching these people watch her and they're just like, oh, when she goes up there, and she does it with so much ease. There's no, a lot of singers go like, hold on, I'm going to do something big, and they take this enormous inhale, which you don't really need to do if you're singing, and she just goes up there without breathing in. She just does it, and it's so, I always feel very safe when she's singing, like, nothing's going to go wrong. It's like you're in safe hands because she can nail it. But I thought I'd be in safe hands with this, but that I wouldn't really feel anything when she went up to the I'm off the deep end, because it would be too easy for her. But she just nailed that. That had all the emotions, the exactly right vocal quality, that exact quality that you want. And I really like the arrangement choice. So it's more of a Rhodes keyboard sound and a bit of strings and things. It's not the guitar sound with all the instruments and stuff like the Lady Gaga one. I think this works really well, especially in this small studio environment.
In all the bad times,
right, here it goes.
I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shadow now.
Oh.
In the shadow, and fall from the shadow now.
So normally it's shallow, and she goes shallow. She does a little freestyle there, which is beautiful, and it's not what's in the original. But I always get the sense with Floor that when she's going to do, add something, it's not just to show off. It's not like, look what I can do. It's only if it works in that part of the song. And it's such a beautiful, tender little moment, just flipping into different, a breathier, it's just lovely. It just fits beautifully. I just like that she's stuck to pretty much note for note the same version, the standard version, but just added tiny little colours, and in a really respectful way. She hasn't gone and changed too much, and that's just lovely. But I will continue now. Right. That, I guess, is the bridge or the middle eight. And I always find it really interesting because Lady Gaga, who wrote it with Mark Ronson, etc., didn't put any lyrics in that bit. And that's quite unusual in a song, to have a whole section that's basically just a vocal freestyle. And Lady Gaga sings that bit, and it sounds like she's birthing something. This kind of, it starts off a bit more gentle, then it goes up into the and it like she's like, it's like she's crying out, and it sounds, yeah, like she's in pain, like she's got to get this out of her, like this noise, this thing, and it sounds so pained and so present and so beautiful. And Floor does, even though she can sing it like that, she doesn't here, and I'm quite surprised, but think she made exactly the right choice, because doing that in such a small room would have like knocked them over. It would have been too loud. She did something, and it sounded almost like she was telling you a secret, or telling you it's going to be okay. Oh, it's like a beautiful kind of lullaby. Oh, it was just gorgeous, and we know she has the power to give the biggest vocal ever at that moment. We know she can, but the fact she chose not to, she chose to honour the song and this particular performance in this environment by doing that, just shows what a fantastic singer and performer she is, because that's exactly what worked. And everyone, you could see them all kind of leaning forwards. They wanted to hear more. They wanted to hear every single note and every single tiny colour of every single note that she was doing, and it was just so beautifully thought out and such a perfect choice. And then she goes back into the second chorus, and it's still flipping gorgeous, isn't it? If you would like to support me in any way, I would appreciate that so much. You can buy me a tea. Well, we say a coffee, but a tea in this country because we're British, by following the link. And if you do that, that enables me to feed my family, to make more videos like this, to make more music, and to be able to basically have this career, but also live a functioning life. So thank you to everyone who's already given their support. I really, really appreciate it. It means so much. And if you would like a more regular way to support me, you can become a member of the Colour Wave crew. By doing that, you will be able to see videos as soon as they come out, so you get to see them before any of the rest of my subscribers. Right, let's hear this last chorus and what she does, see if she adds anything different or changes anything.
the shallow, in the shallow, we're far from the shallow now.
And everybody cries because, of course, it's Floor. I mean, it's hard not to be floored by Floor. Do you like that? She's just, that last chorus, she somehow does something else with it. She uses different vocal qualities, and she has such a command over every single vocal quality, and we know that. Like the things that I've studied, like there's like perfect examples of opera quality and speech quality and all these things. She can do every single one. She's like the it's like by the book. It's literally, if you want to do it correctly, do it like Floor. Honestly, it is so good. And when she goes up into this last chorus, she goes up in more opera quality, and she goes into I'm. Whereas first time she did I'm, and this time she goes I'm, and you hear a slightly rounder kind of sound where she's got her larynx a bit lower, and it's a slightly just rounder, slightly more operatic sound. And she comes out of that quite quickly. And then you hear her slightly go into her kind of rock quality when she does Crash Through the Surface. Crash through the and she just has this harder edge to it. And it gives that little sneaky peek into, oh yeah, that's what she sounds like when she's fronting the full band and in front of a big stadium. It just sneaks out there. And it sounds right because it's on the word crash. And she just lets it come out a bit and brings it back again. And it's just, she's so clever to be able to switch vocal qualities that fast, line to line, or like two in one line. It's amazing. Like she's just got such a command over her voice. Like you just feel like she could take you anywhere vocally, and you just go, okay, I'll strap in. I'm here. I'm here for the ride. And she could, honestly, she could do anything with a song, and I would listen because I want to know how she's doing it and why, because it always feels like there's a reason she's choosing to perform something in a particular way. And the best singers do. They really do that. They don't just go, oh, this is how I've always performed it, so I'll do it like this. They think about the environment, they think about the audience, they think about what they want to bring to this particular performance. And colour-wise in this one, it starts off when she's doing the verse, it's quite like a darkish blue, and then it's got, when she uses that breathy onset and offset sound, it's like little lighter blue waves kind of breaking into that, coming up and going back into that dark blue. And then she goes up into the chorus, and it's this kind of beautiful red, like pain, but in a beautiful way. And then there's this gold in it. It's gorgeous. It's so different. The whole colour journey of this song, and then the bridge section where she does the bit is back to those blues, but with more of those light blues kind of breaking in as waves. They're just, her vocal colours take me on such a colour journey, because she's just so, she like paints with her voice, she really does. And there's not many singers that can have that many colours in their voice in like a 3.5 minute, 4 minute song. It's amazing. Most people would sing it one way or two ways, and she does so many different things. It just, yeah, it takes me all over the colour spectrum just in one song with her. Remember to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I love all your comments, so keep them coming. And remember to have a colourful day.